it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 2 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, round 15. And today's exclusive sketch is brought to us by Shannon Keith, and she is Creative Chaos in Tennessee on YouTube. So I will have her information linked down below. So she's got kind of a mixed media background. And so I have this paper from 49th and Market. So I'm going to use that. And then I am going to do a little extra. So I have this stencil from Scrapping Reflections. I will link that as well. Actually, this is stencil of the month, I think. So I will just link the shop. She has an all-star stencil, which you could totally get the same effect with just that stencil, which is amazing. I own that one too. So I decided to start with some white Distress Oxide, and it really wasn't showing up the greatest. And I knew I wanted to add a little bit of black, so I'm using some black soot as well. But I really, really wanted the idea of some white stars as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some white paint, and I'm just going to use my finger as basically the dauber, and it works out pretty well. The only thing that I would say is make sure you hardly have any of it on your finger, because it will bleed through if you put too much, because it's paint, it's not paste. So that's my only little tip for that. So she's got the watercolor background, which I have the 49th and Market paper. And then to me, that hexagon look could totally be either a stencil or a cut file, something. So I am using the stencil. So here is what I ended up going with. You can see that piece down at the bottom. It's kind of just a blob. So I just kind of wiped it up a little bit. And because the background is already so, what would you call it? Like kind of messy looking anyway, it looks fine. I just didn't want the really big, white blob. So I decided I needed a few more stars. So I'm going to go off screen. I'm going to clean my stencil, and I am going to cut this baseball diamond. So this is just like a clip art that I cut from my Cricut. And I liked that you can see like home plate, and then you've got all the bases, but then you still have the idea of the grass. So I am really trying to work on getting basically the first quarter of last year scrapbooked. And I have a lot of baseball photos to do. So I hope you guys like baseball photos, because there's going to be quite a bit. We also went to Disney, so I'm feeling there's going to be quite a bit of Disney too. But so I'm going to start with this one. This is kind of a funny picture. My son is a pitcher and a first baseman. And we were at one game, and I'm like, wait a minute, where's Lucas? And he was over on third base. I'm like, the kid doesn't play third base. Why is he putting him there? It was so bizarre. I don't know what was going on. The coach was a little wacky. So you just never really knew what you were going to get. So, we were just like, hey, you want to play ball wherever he puts you? That's where you go, kind of situation. But I had to take a picture because it was kind of funny. So I'm going to put my picture over to the left. I know it shows it over to the right. And there's that big hexagon that the picture goes in. And that's where I got the idea for cutting out this baseball diamond. So I'm just going to do a little bit of embellishing. I am pulling some 49 and Market bits. I think they're from Spectrum Gardenia, I believe. Not really up on my 49th and Market, but I have decided after going to a retreat that I am in love with this stuff. So I bought quite a bit. So I got 2 tickets up there at the top. I also have a little like sprig of leaves and then a little word phrase that says enjoy every minute. And then I added like a frame to the bottom, and I didn't waste hiding those tickets. I actually tore them off and I put them up at the top with a little piece of paper that I had matted my photo with as well. And then I know I need something else. I know I need a journaling spot. She's got a thing for lots of journaling. Lots is a little excessive for me because I don't do lots, but so I'm looking for something. So I have this pack, and it has this like little blue envelope, and I was like, oh, this would be cool, but it's too much of an afterthought, and so my photo's too big and my matting's too big, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to tear it apart and trim it down. But that would have been a really good idea if I had found that ahead of time. But here I am still thinking maybe I can make it work, but I can't. So I find this journaling spot. I originally find it in green, but then I think when I go off screen, I decide on a black one after I found that later. So I do go off screen and I'm going to glue everything down. I'm also going to put my title on, and I'm kind of proud of it, and it makes me laugh. It says, "You made it to third base," which I just think is funny because, he is at first base and now he's at third. So that would be good if like he was running the bases, but I don't know. He's a first baseman. So I just thought it was funny. So I'm a little proud of myself because it's not a pre-made title because that's kind of where I usually go. So not a pre-made title. So I went ahead and put that on, and then I just glued the tiny bits to the top because I realized I hadn't done that. And that is going to do it for day number 2. So make sure you give Shannon some love for this amazing sketch. Check out the playlist that will be linked down below for everybody playing along with 30 days of sketches. And I have one more close-up for you. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Otherwise, remember to wear your crown, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.